हरे कृष्णा। मैं नवनीत व्यास एस्ट्रो चैनल में आप लोगों का बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता हूं। एंड टुडे वी हैव राजू जी फ्रॉम मॉरिशस। once again I welcome Raju ji. He's such an intelligent, beautiful soul, and he is a very important member of my Rudra Vedic Academy. Raju ji, you're welcome on my channel.
Hare Krishna, Naveen sir.
Hare
That is
Krishna.
always a privilege to be on your channel.
Thank you.
So today I would wish you to, to
Yeah.
discuss on a very specific topic
Okay.
that is very intriguing.
Yeah.
Many people, they are scared about it, and some they don't even know their importance when they read,
Yeah.
a birth chart. So
Okay.
I'm talking here of having retrograde planets in
Oh.
someone's birth chart.
Yes. See, Rajuji, I've seen so many videos, and I've seen so many people explaining about retrograde planets. And trust me, with all the explanations that I've seen, uh, except my Guruji, who've told about retrograde planets, uh, I really respect Sanjay Raji and Dr. Arjun Pai. These people, they are a different class. But on the same time, uh, I was never satisfied until and unless I got directly from my Gurujis that, look, this is it. This is how you, interpret. And then still there was some confusion in my mind. But then that confusion was gone when I sat in my meditation and my Adhyatam Guru, my Guru who's brought me to a level where I can connect to things, Neem Karoli Babaji and Hanumanji, with their blessings, I could really relate that what exactly is a retrograde planet. Now, see, I'll first take the whiteboard. I'll show you the phenomena,
Sure.
how a planet gets retrograde.
Retrograde,
And
yeah.
then I'll tell you that, what is the effect of that planet in the chart, right? See,
Sure.
you know what? First thing is, my first observation is that any retrograde planet is always very close to the Mother Earth. Mother Earth means your lagana,
Sure.
right? So
Sure.
when we say, in the universe, in the galaxy, when we say, okay, we have planets, they move in an orbit, you have an
All
Earth,
around the sun, yeah.
yeah, around the sun. The Earth is nothing but your lagna, because you're on
Sure.
the Earth, right?
Exactly.
So a
Yeah.
planet which is very close to the Earth, and while it is close to the Earth, because of the angular distance, right? At
Correct.
times, the speed of the Earth may be far more, higher than that planet, right?
Yeah.
So when they are like this is that planet, this is the Mother Earth. So now the Earth was coming and it just crossed that planet. So while this movement of crossing, this planet appears to be going backward, right?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah, so that is called the retrogression, right? So what I'll do is this phenomena I'll explain you on the whiteboard,
Good.
right?
Sure.
And then I'll tell you the effects, how this
Okay.
is
Sure.
affecting a chart. I mean, there are people saying, oh, retrograde planets can destroy somebody's life. Retrograde planet doesn't give you result, or the planets that are already weak, and if they go retrograde, they'll go bad. Or if the planet who are strong, if they go retrograde, still they'll go bad. So doesn't make any sense. So I'll tell
Sure.
you practically,
Yeah.
scientifically, how these planets are going to affect us. Now, there are two planets that will never go retrograde,
Yeah.
right? So what are those planets?
So first of all, we will say Rahu and Ketu because they always move backward.
And
And at the same time, sun and moon, because
absolutely,
sun rotate on its own axis and, moon rotates around Earth. So obviously we
yeah,
don't consider.
yeah.
It's
So
only the other five planets that we will consider the effect of retrogrades. Yeah.
absolutely. And you know what? There's another very simple explanation why sun cannot go retrograde or moon cannot go retrograde. Is very simple. Is that you cannot go back to yesterday.
Oh, you see, yeah, of course. Yeah. That's so
Right? If
simple. Yeah.
it's so simple, right? If you under no circumstances for some time, you cannot go to previous month, right? So
Yeah.
sun and moon, what is the day? What is the tithi? It's a combination of sun and moon. So during the day, it is sun. During the night, it is moon. So you cannot go back to yesterday and then come back to today again, right?
I mean, that's a new way of explaining it, which has never been said, probably. Yeah.
It's very, very simple, right?
Yeah,
So that
sure.
is the one reason that Surya and Chandra cannot go back. You know, they will always be ahead, right? Be it from the era of Raja Ram to Kali Yuga to Satyug to Dwapar to Treta, wherever, right?
Yeah.
You cannot go back to the Yuga. Even God doesn't have that ability to go back to that Yuga. It will always be in the front, right? So if it was Satyug and then Treta, Dwapar and then Kalyug, but then again it is going ahead. See, it has to overall restart again. You know, that's a different story. But sun and moon, because you can't go back yesterday, they cannot be retrograde. Simple.
Retrograde. Okay.
Right?
So then we will never consider any of the effect. And that's why we'll never see them retrograde in our chart.
Absolutely. Now I'll tell you the phenomena, how the planets are getting retrograde. I'll quickly, share my white screen with you and I'll explain you that. Right? Suppose we have the Surya Devata right in the center, right? And we have planets like we have orbits. This is one of the orbits. We have another orbit. This is another orbit. And, my drawing is so bad, but still, just look at what I want to teach, right? So that's another orbit, right? Now, this here, on the top could be the different nakshatras. Like, see, there is a nakshatra belt, which is there, right? So this could be the first nakshatra, the second, the third, the fourth nakshatra, the fifth nakshatra, sixth nakshatra, right? 7, 8, 9, right? 10, 11, 12. Now suppose you have Mother Earth here. I'll just write here is Mother Earth. Okay. And you have a planet here. Suppose the planet is Mars, Venus or Mars, whatever you can say, right? So
because the Venus would be the inner planet, the Mars would be the outer planet.
Yeah. So we can take as perfect, very good. So we can take this as maybe Venus is here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just say Venus. Okay. Now what is happening is the angular distance from the Earth to the Venus is pointing towards the nakshatra number 6.
Yes.
So if you're born here, you will be nakshatra number 6. Okay. Now the orbit is like this here, closing. This orbit is like this here. You know what? Now, as we are moving, Earth is also moving. It is coming back here again, right? The Venus is here. Now it has gone to 7. Okay, increasing. Then it is here. It is 9, increasing. Maybe the Venus is here, right? So it is again the nakshatra number 12. So it was 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. But suddenly, when this particular planet comes, suppose it comes here again. For an example, right? So now the angle is pointing towards nakshatra number 7. So suddenly from 12, I mean here the angular distance was 12 nakshatra. Suddenly from 12, it appears to be in the 7th. So that means it appears to be going backward.
Yeah.
Right? When it is close to the Mother Earth. I mean, it was
the closest point, like.
Yeah, closest point. It started from like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, up to 27. Suddenly, because of the angular distance, it looks, oh, it was here. Now it is here. So it is like it's come back. It has gone back to a Rashi, to a previous nakshatra. So previous nakshatra means the previous Rashi.
Yeah.
right? Now, what is
Understand.
happening here? What is happening here is first is it has gone retrograde. So R is placed in the software. So it is a Venus. So you'll have Venus and then you'll be written R here. That the first
Okay.
effect is that it is very close. So when a planet is close, right, it is going to give you more impact, right? The impact will be more. One thing is okay, but what kind of an impact? That is the
Yeah.
question,
That's the most important.
right?
Yep.
See, I say when I say Earth, I say Lagna. Lagna is your Earth where you're
Earth.
born.
Yep.
The ascendant ASC. That angle from the place of birth, to the sign which is rising in the east, right? So the east could be, we can discuss east and west later on. So Lagna, and
Yeah.
you know what? From the Lagna, you expect that a planet. Now, what is my Guruji used to say that Navneet, Lagna is not the physical body, but it is your intelligence. Remember this,
Okay.
right? So it is your intelligence, that
Intelligence.
how intelligent, how intellect you are, right? So that is your Lagna. Now, this planet has an energy. Now, this planet is going to impact you because it is very close. That is why it is retrograde. Now, your intelligence says that I expect a lot from this planet which is close. But on the same time, your intelligence is moving ahead and this energy is moving behind. So your expectation is not met. For an example, if you are holding my hand and we both are running,
Yeah.
okay, you are running faster than me, 100% your target because of me would be delayed
Yeah.
because I am not coping with your pace. Right?
Yes.
Your pace is
Yeah.
far more, means you as a Lagna is 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 thinking faster than the energy of that planet in your body. So that means that suppose if your intelligence and the energy of this planet was together supposed to reach your target here,
Yeah.
right? Just because this planet is slow, but it is very close to you, you will reach here late.
Okay.
You'll be late, right? When you will be late, the meaning is that the results of a retrograde planet is always delayed,
Delay. Ah, yeah.
right?
Okay.
Is always going to be slow.
So
Okay.
what are good about then?
See, I'll tell you how good and
Yeah.
how bad. Now,
Yeah.
let me just clear the screen and let me tell you. So planets are divided into two parts, a strong
Sure.
planet and a weak planet, right? So I'll just write it a strong and a weak, or I can say a good planet and a bad planet, right? So any planet which is weak is a bad planet because it's not giving results. Now I'll just write here retrograde and retrograde. Now tell me the results. If a planet is a good planet, a strong planet, sitting in its own Karaka houses, own signs, exalted signs. What are good planets? Planets sitting in the first, it is Yoga Karaka,
Yeah.
right? Yoga Karaka. Then it is own sign and sitting in the own Karka houses, like
Karka.
Sun is in the Karka first, but Sun is not retrograde.
First.
But Mangal sitting in the third house is a Karka of the third house. Venus
Third
and Moon
house,
fourth house, right?
Mhm.
Jupiter fifth house, right? Mangal and Shani in the sixth house. Shukra in the seventh house is a Karka. So
Sure.
Karka houses or exalted. As a layman, in the first lecture, if you see an exalted planet or an own sign planet, and that being a yogacarak, what happens? Your expectation from that planet increases. That
Yes.
I have an exalted Jupiter, you know, I should get fantastic results.
Results, yeah.
Right now, it has gone retrograde. Now it is delaying things for you, and the frustration piles up. Right? So a good planet, yeah, please tell me.
Yeah, I mean, so it would still give good results with delay then.
With delay, and
But
delay is frustration.
it's frustration, of course. Then we don't get, even if it's exaltation, we should not expect good things immediately.
See, if you are supposed to get married at the age of 27 or 28, and you get married at the age of 38, you're supposed to get a child at 26 and you get child at 42.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the fun?
Yeah, exactly. This is what it changed, actually.
I would say this is not good.
It's not good, in fact. Yeah.
Simple. But on the same time, if there is a bad planet or a weak planet, what is the expectation? Nothing. Actually, you want this planet to do nothing. A bad planet should not give you anything bad, right?
Yeah.
This is what you pray to God. Oh, I have a bad Venus. Oh, Krishna, make sure my wife is good. Make sure my vitality remains fine. Make sure my health remains fine. My beauty remains fine. My sexual ability remains fine. I get a good girl, right? Everything. This is what you're praying when you have a bad Venus, right? Right. And now this bad Venus has gone retrograde. It's gone slow. So it is not going to give you any bad results quickly.
Okay.
Right? It is going to give you time. Right? It is going to give you time. So see, example, Mars. Mars is bad and it can give you accidents, bruises, problems without even that you've expected. Right? With no expectations. Now it has gone retrograde and it is debilitated. Right? So it was debilitated, it wasn't giving any much results. Now it has gone further slow. So when a bad planet, right, is, or a debilitated planet, you know, has gone further slow, it is actually good for you.
Okay. So even in the case of debilitated planet, it would work good then.
It is good for you. You know, so people say, people say, अगर एक नीच का ग्रह वक्री हो जाए तो अच्छे रिजल्ट देता है. अरे कैसे अच्छे? वो नीच है. It's not going to give you good result.
Of course.
But eventually it is good for you. You know, because it is bad. See, debilitation means that the planet is not aware of what to do. Right. So intelligence of that particular planet is gone. Right. But now it is further retrograde. So it is going behind, it is going away, you know, from your intelligence, from your lagna.
Okay. Right.
So when it is going away from your lagna, it is actually further slowing down things for you. And if your enemy, or if somebody who is against you is slow, that will give you time to take action.
Time to take remedial action. Yeah.
Right, and it will give you good results.
Very good. So can we say then that when they are close like that, when we have retrograde planets, that we have special karmic settlement against the influence of those planets in our life?
You got it. You nailed it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. So if a bad planet is close to the earth when you were born and retrograde, so it is going to give you a karmic settlement slowly and going to give you an opportunity to come out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not going to be sudden where you can't do anything.
Yeah, because it gives us the possibility of viewing the same problem from a different angle, actually. Because, like, you know, you were looking someone going behind. Now, from the back, it's a different way. You have a different angle. You're seeing the person.
Absolutely.
So you're more aware now how to go towards attacking the same problem.
That is why people say that if the bad planets go Vakri or a debilitated planets go Vakri can give you better results. Fine. Their statement is fine, but it's not fine the way you're thinking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right?
You should still do something, but it gives you time to think and tackle it in a better way.
Fantastic. Yeah. You got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You absolutely got it.
So now their effect in when they are found in Trikone house or you know,
Dushthanas, like
Dusthana houses.
Yeah.
Are they different?
See, obviously, yes. You know, if a Vakri planet, a retrograde planet is in the Kendras or Trikonas,
yeah,
I personally believe that wherever it sits in a Kendra or Trikona, it's going to delay things.
Okay.
It sits, suppose Venus retrograde is a Karka of the 7th house. It's there in the 7th house retrograde. It's going to delay marriage like anything.
Yeah.
It's going to, or if you get married, but then that, you know, comfort and love and satisfaction that you get from marriage, it's going to come after 40s, in late 40s. Right. Your entire prime will be gone. You know, imagine that Mercury is retrograde in the 5th house, right? You will get education, right? But then the education will come so slow, you'll have tons and tons of obstacles, right? But now suppose it goes in the 6th house, right? So you have 6th house, we have diseases, problems. They can come to you, but the diseases, the problems, the litigation will come slow to you.
Slowly.
You will get time, right? You will be never detected of the 4th stage cancer. You will be detected with the 1st stage and you'll get time to recover.
Sure. Now, Saturn is the slowest planet that we consider in Vedic astrology, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, because it takes longer time to make one rotation, so it stays in one zodiac sign longer. So retrograde will be also longer.
Absolutely.
Now, in case of Saturn, because it is the karaka, you know, of work, job, and our karma that we do. So does it mean also that it may delay also based on the house that it is positioned?
100% yes. I mean, wherever it is further delaying things. Imagine that Saturn has 100% directional strength in the 7th house, right? Yeah. Now it goes retrograde in the 7th house, right? Again, though it has directional strength, you know, the marriage will survive beside all the odds, but it will be a very practical and a slow married life. Suppose the Saturn goes in the 1st house, which is a Marana Karma Sthan for Shani. Saturn dies in the 1st house. Now it has gone retrograde in the 1st house. So the Marana Karanata, you know, the bad effects would be slowed. And if you have other good planets sitting in the chart, it will give you opportunity to work hard and achieve goals. I have seen who are millionaires, billionaires who have a retrograde Saturn in the Lagna. Because whenever they invested in something, they never got failures immediately. They got time to recover and replan things.
I see. And what about Jupiter? Because it's the karaka of knowledge and wisdom. When we have it in retrograde, what would that mean?
One, the wisdom will come late. Children, it's a jiva karaka. The children will come late. Right? Anywhere retrogression of Jupiter, especially in the 5th house or 9th house of a female, right? Or in the 12th house, maybe. So all the Karka tattvas that are associated with Jupiter, like having children, prosperity, expansion, guru, wisdom, knowledge, education, religion, spirituality, meditation, overall prosperity, everything will be delayed, right? Because you are expecting it to come fast, so it is closer, but then it is going away from you, right? So when it's going away, you want to catch it. It's going further away, you want to catch it. And then suddenly it starts moving ahead, which is called Margi. Now it is going straight. Now it has started, coming back. So then eventually when it comes back, it follows your pace, then you get the things. So there is a frustration phase in between that.
Sure.
Yeah.
So in a way, it's kind of, not too much of a good thing. It's not too positive. It's negative, but I'm sure there must be certain remedies to calm down the mind when we see such thing in our birth chart, obviously.
See, the only remedies I give is that, first of all, I make the Lagna stronger. And I try to make the Chandra peaceful. Because it is your mind who is always saying, exactly. Things are not happening, things are not working, I'm good for nothing, my life is a hell, I don't know what bad karmas I would have done. So it's everything here, right? What, even if at times, suppose I give you counseling and I tell you that, Rajuji, 2 years is going to be difficult. You know what? You're not going to believe it easily. You'll go to another astrologer or you'll ask God, why me? Why should have happened to me?
Yeah.
Right? And eventually, until and unless you've passed through those 2 years, then on the 3rd year, you'll say, oh, Navneet said that this is not going to be good. It wasn't good. But for those 2 years, the mind is going to be out of control. That why me?
Disturbed. Yeah.
That disturbed. Right? So I try to, make sure that I strengthen the mental and the psychological forces within the body.
Exactly.
Right? So
to travel to that specific time. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I give them mental strength, psychological strength, physical strength to, get through or navigate through the difficult time. That is the only remedy we can give. If you think that we have any remedies written in the Shastras for retrograde planets, I'm sorry, there are no remedies such.
There's no remedy.
No.
Yeah. Okay. No, but this is the main important thing, just to make people understand that they should make use of this retrograde planet, so they know they will be delayed, understand it, and having a peaceful mind will just make them accept this fact of their life. Live with it.
Absolutely.
Instead of taking it as a pain, you will increase your difficulties. Already you will be facing something. Then on top of it, if your mind is not peaceful, it will be worse. It's a problem. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, this advice would be definitely a good one.
Yeah.
So, I think that's most of it that we've discussed. But would there be any, some people, they don't have retrograde planets at all.
Yeah.
And some they might have many of them. I mean,
I don't have I don't have a single retrograde planet. But then I just overheard your question. You said that there could be many in somebody's chart.
Exactly.
See, that means that person is bringing so much of karmic settlement from the past life.
Yeah.
So this birth that you've taken will have tons and tons of karmic settlements pertaining to the karkas of those planets and the houses where they sit.
They sit. Okay.
Right.
So this is very important.
Absolutely.
Both the house, what the house influences, and as well as the planet, the areas that the planet influences.
And I've seen people saying that, oh, the retrograde planet will also affect the previous house as well. Right? I've seen people saying this. So, and it's going to give you result of both the houses. The answer is no. Okay, no. So don't go that behind. Right? So, I mean, I would want to tell you, because there are people who making stories and trying to make the concepts little different, so that they can get the audience, but it is not like that. It's not going to happen like that.
Sure.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you so much, Guruji. I mean, you have enlightened us on the retrograde planets.
So much, and I hope that a lot of confusion will go away from this video. And if you really like the video, please subscribe to our channel. Share our video in your social media groups, right? And do comment about your experience with the retrograde planets. Give us immense motivation to us. So we'll come up with another video very soon. Till then, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.